Hello, dear viewers. Thank you for joining me for your daily tarot reading. I always ask you to choose the stone that resonates with you. The one your gut would pick. The one you're drawn to. And we begin. All right, for those of you who chose the clear point, we have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So these are all minor arcana, so not a big deal, but maybe parts of your day. It looks like a good day. You know, you have this victory, and you know, sometimes this can be around this time in your week. Sometimes this reading, listening to this reading, can be the turning point that brings in these good cards. The victory, the Page of Wands is sort of like, you know what? Start out doing what you feel like you should do today, what you have a purpose and motivation for, and that's all you need to do. The victory comes, it's sort of like some credit given. I feel like maybe somebody's recognizing, some people are even recognizing something you've done well. Interesting. Now, the Eight of Cups is about taking some time apart just to sort of check in with your emotions. How am I feeling? What would be emotionally nurturing to me right now or emotionally rewarding to me right now? It looks like you have some time for that today, which is lovely. But then there's a mix of interaction with people and alone time, interaction with spirit. You know, that man, he's walking underneath the moon. He's part of Mother Nature. And just pursuing a goal today that is satisfying to get moving on. Doesn't have to be any major thing, but I like this mix of cards. They're all positive. Yeah, so those are great. For those of you who chose this coral fossil, the tan and brown coral fossil, we have all minor arcana again. We have the Five of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Eight of Coins. So the King of Swords, that's very powerful energy, intellectually mature, good at planning, not afraid to say, hey, this is the truth, this is the way it is. Not afraid to cut away that which does not work for him or her, doesn't make sense, seems foolish. You know, the King of Swords would definitely put aside his emotions and he would use logic for his decision making. Most definitely he would do that. And it looks like there may be something that you feel like, okay, we are cutting something away. We are cutting away something that should be cut away. And a lot of times that's just by saying something or setting a boundary or just making a plan very straight and simple and to the point. And this is what we're doing. We're not going to be bothered by emotion about it. This is just what we're doing. This Five of Swords can also be interaction that is not helpful. That's sort of like alienating other people. So that can be there too. You know, the King of Swords, usually when I see a king or a queen, I say that's really mature energy. But you know, once in a while, when I get a card that can be seen as negative by it, I wonder if that's somebody who is being a little too cutting, a little too, let's just be focused on logic and not consider the emotional ramifications of things. Could possibly be. But the Eight of Coins, that's somebody who is being productive and working and learning and doing well. So however these apply to you, I think the way to take the positives out of this is, you know, and remember, these are minor arcana. This is not a big deal kind of day. But I think that if you focus on increasing your security or you're learning something new, you're doing practical, these are coins. So this is something probably tangible. Doing something that increases your health or your wealth, your well-being. I think that is really helpful. there may be things going on around you that, you know, you don't need to worry about. You don't have to be in charge. You know, maybe there's somebody making a decision or saying something or setting a boundary or putting forth a plan or analysis that other people don't like. Oh, well, you know, it looks to me like, you know, there's some satisfaction in work and increasing your security today. Some kind of work. All right. Well, this can also be very mature energy as well. Just saying, hey, you know, there's the smart way to look at this. And that person would not speak in a harsh way, would just say, hey, this is what makes sense. Let's look at this logically. For those of you who chose the moonstone, we have the Page of Swords, we have the King of Cups, and the Ace of Coins. Isn't that interesting? Minor Arcana again. All kinds of minor arcana today. So the King of Cups is awfully nice because he just rides it out. He is just fine. He just rides things out, and he does it in a way that is emotionally sensitive toward others and compassionate, and he understands. He gets it. He understands emotion. He uses his intuition, that's for sure. And he somehow keeps his cool. So that's lovely energy to have for you today. The Page of Swords, that could be yours or somebody else's. It could be a younger person in your life who may once in a while speak without thinking, but really, you know, they're saying what they see is they believe is clear and logical. But yet the page is not always so mature, so it doesn't always see the whole picture, that's for sure. Sometimes can even speak out in a little bit, you know, cutting kind of way impulsively because the page is not a mature figure. So this could be somebody in your life. You obviously handle that beautifully. No big deal. Again, these are minor arcana because you have wisdom. The Page of Swords can also be the beginning of a plan that you're undertaking or somebody around you is taking on. And then we have the Ace of Coins suggesting Spirit is helping you to increase your health and well-being, your security. Spirits, something is coming in that is quite helpful and probably in a practical way, in a tangible way, something that's quite helpful. It can be some unexpected money. It can be tangible help or assistance or gift that is just, it does indeed contribute to your security. So that's, you know, that's really nice. Yeah, so there's opportunity for that. So you got Spirit working with you and you've got your maturity working for you today. For those of you who chose the green stone, we have the Tower, we have the Four of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords. So the Tower is anything that happens that is a lot of times unexpected, but it changes something in a meaningful way, like things going forward. It maybe shakes something up. It may be unexpected. It can be something you precipitate too, though. A change that you precipitate. It's so interesting, though, because you've got the Four of Cups and the Seven of Swords. There may be like somebody's hidden plan or hidden agenda may be exposed, and that could be the Tower moment. Which is all right, because then, see, that person is rejecting their cup in the Four of Cups. A cup can be a message. So it could be that somebody somewhere is trying to give you a message or trying to deliver a message that you know is not quite on the up and up. And you just say, no, that's not happening. You refuse it. You do not accept it. Maybe you do not accept it as truth. So this really can be anything. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can just be a hidden agenda of somebody, or even a scam artist. You know, somebody gets exposed. Somebody who's somehow in your reality today gets exposed, and so you're not accepting the false cover story. The Tower can also represent this time in history. It's just kind of a tower time. A lot of things are changing quickly and they won't be the same. They will be different. And it can have to do with hidden agendas. It can have to do with something that affects your emotions with that Four of Cups. Right, but the Four of Cups, I just feel like, I just see you just kind of staying grounded and not being manipulated. That's what that is. Cups can also play upon your emotions, not being manipulated, even though you may have some dissatisfaction with the way things are, not being manipulated, not being, so what if someone has a hidden agenda? They don't pull one over on you, that kind of thing. And maybe there's even a decision to close the door on something, to end something. And that's kind of, bubbling under the surface. But it's really an interesting set of cards. They can mean so many different things. So I hope you were able to pull out the meaning that works for you. Well, I thank you all so very much, and I hope you have a terrific day. You take care, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.